react to everything that was going on. That was not originally the plan, but Wheatley had a lot of long speeches there, and the animator who was working on that suggested, why don't we have the wall panels reacting while Wheatley is reacting, which in hindsight totally makes sense, because that was the whole idea. Whoever was controlling that machine was controlling all of aperture. So having those wall panels react in accordance with Wheatley's emotions really sold that very clearly, very visually to the player. But Wheatley's overactive reign of error did not last. In fact, his journey is kind of reminiscent of that of GLaDOS in the original Portal. She was the all-powerful controller of aperture, but ended up destroyed and in pieces. So, but she was this hugely popular character in the original, so we had to bring her back for this one. So we worked out the goals for bringing GLaDOS back. Her return had to be plausible. It couldn't be just suddenly, hi, I'm here again. We needed to figure out a way for her to reestablish control of aperture. She needed to be adversarial again, because players enjoyed so much of that about her in the original. But we didn't want to just duplicate the beats of the original game. And we wanted to expand her relationship with the player. So one of the first iterations we tried with GLaDOS, we really wanted to acknowledge that she was really destroyed at the end of the first game. So she was just this little dangling head that was like a soap on a rope.
I used to be bigger. There was a party. Something happened. With food. Starts with a C. Cereal.
So then the idea behind this was that in all that discussion and over that time, GLaDOS had lost her memory. She didn't recognize the player. But players didn't believe her. We'd done such a good job in the original game of training them that she was evil in trying to trick them, that they just thought she was lying. And also, after all the anticipation, people just weren't very satisfied seeing her so weak. And also new players that first experienced GLaDOS like that were saying, what's the big deal with this soap on a rope? You know? So we realized, again, just getting feedback from the testers, that we needed her to be impressive and scary and with hints of danger right from the start, but destroyed as well. We had to really figure out how to make that happen. But definitely started her out being very powerful right away. We did find a way to use a weak form of GLaDOS that worked out much better later in the game. So we ended up exploring, again, with just some really rough play blasts, exploring different movement styles for a different style of GLaDOS.
Well, you found me. Congratulations. Was it worth it?
What was that? Did you say something? Neurotoxin. So deadly. Joking.
I'm kidding.
I can take a bath in this stuff.
Very, very good.
Oh,
and back.
So we, through doing this testing, this was mainly just shown to people within the cabal. We determined that having her be too human still was too diminishing of her power. She was really most effective when she truly was acting and moving like a machine. We also tested the idea of players retrieving multiple cores to add to her to help revive her and increase her power. But again, we've done such a good job in the first game training the players that she was evil and dangerous and the adversary that they didn't want to help her. They loved the character. They wanted her to be back. They didn't want to bring her back. It had to happen a different way. So we needed to figure out a different way to revive her and get her back in the game. We did a test of a animation simulation that started out with her in pieces and slowly coming together. And this was a prototype that very scarily was tested in front of the public. It was first done within the group. The simulation was completed. People looked at it and were very impressed by it. And about that time, we were wanting to do some teaser promotions and press introductions about the game. And it was decided we should show the simulation of Gladys coming together to help promote the game and make people know, yes, Gladys will be back. This animation involved some coordination between the modeler, who was also doing the animation simulation, and then another animator who added keyframe animation. And what happened is that this sequence started out as a simulation animation. Originally, she came together and hung up. It was all simulated, but of course she was just a physics object that didn't have any life. So what eventually happened was that as she came together and then lifted off the ground, keyframe animation kicked in. And also during that process, at over one frame, the bits and pieces of her model that were assembled together switched to one complete model.